Oh,
People
my
truly...
gosh.
It's a cult.
It is a cult for sure.
Anyway, what's up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another live episode of What the Fanboy. My name is Luke. I'm with Mr. Tyler.
I am Mr. Tyler. To my right, as always, the beautiful Brett Eitzen.
I feel like we're super focused tonight. I love this energy. And there's our TikTok moment for the week.
When was the last time you posted TikTok? Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing. I know you're busy and have a lot to do, and you're the only one who does anything on this show.
Just been a little distracted.
That's okay.
Well, now I have something to post. I love it.
I need to unplug my mic and be like,
and do with the soda.
And it'll just be like, well, I gotta finish.
No, just do a... What a good over.
Your phone can be your wand.
I'm just using... How do we not have a wand up here?
Well,
we're not.
Do you own a wand?
Fans, apparently.
You do?
No. Maybe. Dana might.
Bring it over, baby.
Yeah, I'll see if she has one.
All right. If not, I guess that just means we need to get a wand.
Well, Ahsoka's gonna be up there eventually.
It's about time. Well, we'll need to start cycling some things in and out. We've had an X-Wing up there for a long time.
And it's never coming down. Wait, where's the other one? Hold on.
It's in its box. Or did I give it to you?
The ornament?
Yeah.
You didn't give it to me.
Okay, well then it's in the box. It's safe and sound.
I'm about to riot. No, it's okay.
We should put Dune up here. Dune would go well.
It would go well up there. I mean, look, I'm always down to...
I have Dune.
Refresh what's on the shelf.
I have all 3 Dunes.
You have 3 Dunes?
Yeah.
Nice.
How many have you read?
1/2.
You said 1.5?
No, just
1/2.
Oh,
1/2.
Half
1 out of 2.
half
50% I've read.
I think I'm gonna read Dune Messiah after I finish the book.
What's 1 out of 6 is a percent? Like 13%.
I don't know.
15%.
Tyler after a Monday workday is not a good
no,
math
that's
guy.
Not right.
It doesn't matter.
Between 8 and 5 o'clock, I can do math really well.
All the math I do
after 5, math is done.
Is in Excel. It does it for me.
Oh.
So I don't have to do math in my head anymore, and it's amazing.
So I shouldn't force my child to get good grades in math.
No, they just need to learn how to do Excel.
Sweet. Good to know. And that can be our terrible segue into what we did this week.
I did not go to school. I can tell you that much.
I didn't go to school at all either.
Nice.
It was spring break, so I didn't have to go pick up my child.
Nice.
Said child.
But now spring break
What
is
else?
over.
What did you do on your spring break? How'd you spend it? What'd you do?
I didn't do a lot of fun stuff. I mean, not that I did unfun stuff. I did start a few new shows.
Mm-hmm.
I started Severance, which Tyler is also watching.
Big fan here.
I'm very much enjoying the first couple episodes and very much look forward to where that goes.
Big Severance guy here.
Yes. Also, Our Flag is Death. Our Flag Means Death. I had started that last time, mentioned it, but just I had gotten through like 4 more episodes, and it just keepes getting funnier.
That show's awesome.
Dude, as soon as... and it happens in like episode 2 or 3, but as soon as Taika and
the Blackbeard gang.
Yeah, like as soon as they get on the ship, it just goes wild. I love it. It is bizarre.
Yeah, that show is awesome.
Yep, agreed. And the other new thing that I have been watching, it's kind of currently on, so the season's not done yet, but is Apple TV Plus's The Problem with Jon Stewart. It's a little more like a long form educational late night comedy show combo thing. So if you're familiar at all with who's the John Oliver stuff, it's like that but even more so. And he gets to be even more of a potty mouth than John Oliver. Jon Stewart and John Oliver, too many Johns. But I'm really enjoying that. They've had a few really good episodes, and reassured my not being in the stock market game.
It's not great.
Because it's just a game. Still just a game.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still not negative that there's that, but yeah, not great.
Yeah. And then the last thing. Oh no, I did do one other thing that you guys didn't do. I watched West Side Story. We're all questing to watch as many Oscar movies as we can before the show next week. And so now I've only got one that I haven't seen.
Which one?
King Richard. For Best Picture.
I'll
Obviously,
I'll
there's
buy
other
it,
categories.
and then you can come over and watch it. I'll buy it this week.
I mean, I could just rent it.
Yeah, but I want to buy it.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's do it.
Because I know I'm gonna like it.
Let's make a date out of it. But West Side Story was really good. Luke sung its praises earlier.
I raved.
And while not being much of a musical guy, I will say that this was quite enjoyable. I didn't realize that I don't think I had ever seen the original movie in its entirety. I recognized almost all the songs, but I couldn't remember where the story was going. And so yeah, it was kind of a pleasant surprise to be like, oh, okay, that's what this is. That's how all this fits together.
It's Romeo and Juliet.
It is.
It's better than Romeo and Juliet. I love the ending of West Side Story so much more.
Yeah.
Than Romeo and Juliet. It just makes more sense.
It does. It absolutely does. But no, great music, good acting. I mean, I think it is probably worthy of being nominated for everything that it's nominated for at the Oscars. It has like 5 nominations, if not more. I don't know if it'll win any of them. 4?
No, I went.
Tyler's guessing 4. Luke is actually counting. But yeah, no, super, super good. I'll give it a
6.
I give it a fanboy worthy.
Nice.
So 6. It was 6 noms.
Yeah,
I think it maybe.
I think so.
1. It's good competition this year. So.
Yes.
There's a lot of competition this year, which is always nice. I'm like we'll talk about it later, but I'm filling out my little March Madness Oscar bracket here, and when it's hard to pick one, I think is a really good thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Parody's good.
But that's all I did this week, except for the thing we collectively did together, which I figured we'll talk at the end.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, what'd you do?
Yeah. I played some more Elden Ring and some more Horizon. You know.
How many times have you died?
I don't know. A lot.
Does it not have like a stat tracker?
I'm sure it does. I just don't know how to find it because they don't tell you how to do anything. But it's probably in there.
Is it more than 100?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
Is it more than 200?
No.
150?
No. Probably not.
125?
Probably not. I'm probably like right around the 100.
Okay.
Would be my guess. Either like plus or minus 10, I'd say. Anywhere from that 90 to 110 range is where I probably live. But yeah, I've been playing that. It's a lot of fun. I really like the messages people leave for each other, and the people who leave helpful messages are the real nice people.
The real MVPs.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I did my second episode of the Big 12 Takeover podcast. That was super fun. That came out today, March 21st. I'm going to go check that out.
Iowa State?
Iowa State preview, yeah. It's a school that not a lot of people know about, but you'll know about their players in the NFL soon.
Is it in Iowa?
Yes.
I knew it.
It is.
I
It is
knew
in
it.
Iowa.
I knew it.
Fun fact, their running back went to Northwest and is going to be a top 1 or 2 round draft pick this year.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Brees Hall, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, actually, that name is familiar.
Yeah, he's super good. He's the best running back in the draft this year. I finished Reacher, finally. Dana and I finally were able to sit down and watch the final 3 episodes. Really good stuff. I think I'd give it a fanboy worthy. I think the end gets a little too big for its britches. I think it does a really good job of staying kind of within itself until the finale, and then the finale just goes to 11.
The finale is like an 80s action
film. Oh yeah, 100%. Like, you know, topped off with the walking out of the fire and everything.
Oh,
like,
gosh.
It's awesome. I would say, like, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's very evident that this is way bigger than everything else the show had done at that point.
Sure.
But it's really good. I look forward to season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched Don't Look Up. That's fanboy worthy for me. It's a really funny movie, but also quite heartbreaking because it's so close to our reality right now. It's just crazy. I hope that the movie does what it aims to do. And then I rewatched Spider-Man No Way Home. I bought it digitally so that Dana could watch it. She hadn't seen it.
Yeah, she didn't have the chance to get out to the theater.
No, she didn't.
Unfortunately, so I'm super glad.
When did that come out? November?
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, Bryn was like 2 months old.
Oh,
so,
man,
yeah,
wow.
it was tough to...
That was so long ago.
It feels so long ago, yeah. But no, I only cried twice this time, I think. 2 or 3 times. I don't know. I like that movie a lot. It's really good. You should check it out if you haven't seen it. And then I did what we collectively did. Watched Licorice Pizza. Luke, what'd you do? Hit us with the good stuff.
Oh, the only new thing that I did was I watched Belfast.
Yes.
Kenneth Branagh movie. Is it like about him? I actually like Kenneth Branagh as a director.
Yeah,
if he's directing,
it's semi-autobiographical.
A movie.
Yeah.
Like nothing like weird like the murder mystery movies, but
yeah, so it's semi-autobiographical.
Okay. It's really good. It's unfortunately incredibly hard to recommend to people. I'll say this, I think if you watch it, I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
It's really good. It like cheers you up like right at the beginning and then instantly flips it.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of does that throughout.
It does the roller coaster of emotions really well.
Because like in the first 10 minutes or first minute, he's running around with the garbage can and the sword. You're like, oh, I'm gonna like this, and then boom, you're just like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And it's kind of like what you said. It's kind of sad too because like this stuff still happens.
Yeah.
Nothing has really changed.
Yeah.
Maybe the groups of people are different than what was happening at that time, but it's still happening. And it's just sad.
I love how also, just because I'm sure if you haven't watched it by now, there's probably very little chance you're gonna watch it. I won't totally spoil things, but like I love how the movie makes you empathize and understand how people get caught up in things.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's not just all of a sudden like, hey, this person was a part of this, therefore they are evil. Right? It's like, oh, like social pressures, and especially when you're children, you don't really understand things. But I think
even with his dad and like the other people in the community, they're just like constantly asked and forced into this stuff.
Yep.
Like they don't even have a choice,
Yep.
even though they might not want to.
Yeah.
The kid is really good.
Yes.
How old is he? 8?
Probably. Yeah, 8 to 10.
It's really impressive what he was able to do. The mom.
Yeah.
Mom.
Yes.
Snub.
Absolutely snub. Absolutely.
Snub. I think she should win. I thought she was awesome. I think she's from Outlander. She has not been in a lot.
No, she's not been in a lot. Yeah, I think she's Outlander.
She was so good. Jamie Dornan was super. I mean, everybody was really good in it. But the cinematography was really good. It's a black and white movie, except for like little tiny portions, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Another really like small thing that I really liked, mainly because it's such a cliche in movies, and this is, I guess, a minor spoiler, but I just really appreciated it, was in every single movie, whenever there's a husband or a father that goes off and works somewhere else, their dad goes to England and works for like weeks at a time, they're always having an affair. 90 out of 100 times there's an affair happening. But this movie didn't do that. He's just trying to help his family, it was just really nice to not have that forced in.
Sure. There's enough stress there.
There's enough stress and drama going on in this.
You don't need to throw that into
little area.
Yeah. Catriona Balfe?
Yeah, is that the mom?
Is the mom.
Okay.
She's Irish. I probably completely butchered her name, but she's phenomenal.
Hey, don't butcher names.
I don't care. Jude Hill is the boy, buddy.
Yeah, he was
really
I was
good.
really impressed with him, man. But I thought the girl he liked too. I thought like how he would just stare at her was like so cute.
Yep. I'm so glad you liked it. I think it's the movie from 2021 that's gonna stick with me the most. I don't know if I can say it's my favorite, like maybe, but it's the one that I'll always, you know, it will proudly go on my shelf as one that I will watch with my children someday.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I encourage people to check it out. I give it a fanboy worthy. Like on the
Did you rent it?
The edge, yeah, I rented it on Amazon. Like at the edge of Booyah.
Yeah.
Only really because it's just so hard to recommend this. I mean, it's short, black and white, extremely indie film.
Yeah. Sure.
Quality wise though, it's a Booyah. In the way it makes you feel. Booyah.
Booyah.
Nice.
I just sent you like an emoji review, and it was the
happy face,
the like shy happy face, but then also the like tears welling up in her eyes face. Just that back and forth.
Yep.
That was the only new thing
Visual
I did.
gags
Besides
for audio
watching
listeners.
Licorice Pizza.
Well, then let's talk about Licorice Pizza because we did in our quest for.
We all watched more
this
than
one.
one Oscar movie this week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Nice.
This
Look
was
at
the
us.
common one because it's the one that's been pretty much the hardest to get. But yeah, Licorice Pizza, Paul Thomas Anderson. He's made lots of very well reviewed and films that have done well, so it doesn't surprise me that another one of his makes it into Oscar contention. But what did you guys think about the movie?
That was boring. There's my really quick review.
I was gonna say like I could do like pros and cons and be nice to this, but my one word review would be no. Like no. Good. I'm not.
Nah.
It's like
I'm not recommending this to anybody.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I would recommend this one either.
I just wouldn't. That's how I would do it. I'd not.
I like it.
It just
It just seems like a really, really well polished indie film is kind of where I'm at with it. Like it doesn't quite feel like it stacks up to a big and it's not a big production. Like it's not meant to be.
I mean, the lead kid, the guy, this is his first thing ever.
Yeah. And I mean, it's full of
and her
cameo
I think too.
Cameo stars.
Yeah.
There's lots of big names that are in this for one or two scenes and then they're out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I liked it, but it's not one that I would probably default to being like, oh yeah, that's gonna be an Oscar contender.
I was gonna say like that was my takeaway is as soon as it ended I was like, yeah, I don't understand why this is here.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I watched the other movies, granted I've not watched them all, but
It's
every other one I've watched I've been like, yeah, this belongs.
Every year in the Oscars, you've got to have a movie in there that's like set in LA that's about making movies. That's
Yeah.
just this one this year, I would guess.
Yeah.
Even though it's not really about that, that's the backdrop of this love story. And I think it is like a really kind of interesting dynamic between the two leads with their relationship or
lack thereof.
it's kind of a will they, won't they, back and forth.
But like
I think it has something interesting
I was
to
never-
show, but it doesn't have anything interesting to say.
It has nothing interesting to say. I was never emotionally moved, really.
or invested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It was just honestly to me, and I'm not saying you can't make a good movie like this,
Mhm.
but it just felt like a movie about nothing
Yeah.
and just not particularly interesting one though either.
yeah.
Because like I never really thought it was that funny. I think I maybe had one or two moments that I thought were like made me actually laugh.
Yeah.
And they weren't like the one was when she walked in, her dad was just like, what the? But it's just,
Yeah, if I were to give it pros,
I don't even know how to describe it. It's just,
it
it was 2 hours long and it was over. And it's kind of like, okay, I didn't dislike it. I don't know. Maybe I did.
Yeah,
I don't even
much.
remember it already. I forgot about it.
Pros, I'd say the music choices are really good in it.
Yeah.
Like I really like the music for this movie, and I did think there were some pretty funny moments from time to time. Cons, it's you nailed it. It's like, to me, it's kind of about nothing. Like it's a love story. I'll give it that.
It's a creepy love story.
It's a weird love story that just doesn't really resonate. And I don't know. It just doesn't. I hated the beginning of this movie so much. I asked
twice. Tyler was like, "Did we miss something?
Yeah.
Did we start like halfway through, or did we skip a few scenes?"
It just like drops you in. It's like, yep, and they know each other, and you don't know their names, and you're like, so who am I rooting for? Do I care?
I was rooting for the dad.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't do anything to set up any kind of investment into either character.
I also just never ever bought their relationship.
Yeah, I never thought it was ending any other way either.
The kid,
like that's the other thing.
The kid is 15, so I guess I could buy his part of it because he's a dumb idiot kid.
Yeah.
I was 15 once. I didn't know jack freaking crap
But were
about
you 15
nothing.
and started 6 businesses?
No.
Yeah, that's.
You know what I was doing when I was 15?
I was probably playing video games and getting ready for sports.
Oh, but
Yep.
this guy can run. He could be in sports.
Dude, he is fast.
He does
Dude,
a lot
she
of
was
running.
fast too.
They do
They
a
were
lot of
all
running in
fast.
this movie.
So whoever was doing the photography for this just wanted to ride on the little cart. That's what it was.
I do think it has pretty good cinematography too. Like I think it was pretty to look at. It's not.
It's a cool looking movie.
It's not, and it's a period piece, right? It's set in the 70s, and so there's like.
Maybe that's what the movie's about. It's for people who lived in the 70s and go, hey, remember this? Remember pinball?
Are people who lived in LA in the 70s now the majority Oscar
Maybe
voting?
They're the Academy now.
Academy.
But if I'm going to watch either that or I guess Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I'm choosing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Choosing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it's
It's
twice as long.
It's a Quentin Tarantino movie, guys.
This is Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
Has he won like 14 Oscars or whatever on 2 movies alone? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how many awards he's 97. Oh, nominated for 11 Oscars.
Yeah, I think I can pit them against each other.
Fair enough.
How many has Tarantino been nominated for?
Oh,
Let's do the math.
Once Upon a Time,
Fun
Inglourious
fact,
Basterds,
I'm
Django.
gonna spoil this movie.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
There's not licorice or pizza in this entire movie. It's named after a record shop, if you were actually curious.
There's a record shop in the movie?
No. Unless it's in passing and we just never noticed it. But I'll be honest, I kept looking at my phone and texting on this.
I was watching Arizona and I don't who was the other team?
They almost lost to TCU.
TCU, yeah. I was kind of watching that.
Can you not spell Tarantino?
I can't spell.
It's okay, man.
Hey Siri,
It's gonna be
look
okay.
up Quentin Tarantino.
He has won 2 Oscars. But how many has he been nominated for? 1, 2,
you don't gotta count them all.
3,
That's
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He's had some primetime Emmys for CSI.
So he's been nominated less than Paul Thomas Anderson.
Hey,
Made less movies.
That's true. Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't have that big of a filmography.
well, that's
Neither does Quentin.
yeah. Well,
I think we just need to watch them actually have a cage fight.
Should we just give our ratings to this movie and move on from it? Because
Yeah.
I've mentally moved on. As soon as we're done talking about it here,
Sounds
I'm
good.
done thinking about it.
I'm sure I give it the highest. I'll give it a Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, I give it a straight to streaming.
Just straight to streaming for me.
Yeah, and that's totally fair.
That's what you expected, isn't
That
it?
is what I totally expected. There was just enough there to push me into. Yeah, it's all right. But
You should write an article for the website about what was actually there, so I can read it.
I have to then pretend that I actually know what was there. I have to make something up then, Tyler.
That's what media is. That's how media works.
Oh goodness. All right.
You just
Well,
pretend you know, and people click on it.
fair enough.
Fake
Were
it till you make a
there
baby.
That's right.
any new trailers this week? We can move over to our trailer
There was.
reactions, trailer roundup. Luke, talk us through them. What do we got?
Well, big one, I guess, was we got our first look at Miss Marvel.
Oh, that was this week, wasn't it?
That was.
I already forgot about that.
Series on Disney Plus.
I'll do the sideways thumbs for this.
I'm going to give it a thumbs up because I think the show looks good. I like the John Hughes feel.
Yeah.
Even though I think it's interesting that she's being made fun of for being an Avengers fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
People aren't really bullied for that anymore. It's cool now, at least in our world. I don't know what it is in Avengers.
That would be like, are you bullied for being a
sports fan?
Or like a fan of a particular, like, yeah, like there's going to be rivalries, but like you're not going to be like openly mocked because of it.
Yeah.
Unless
Also,
Tyler knows something we don't.
Also, the power change is a pretty hot topic with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Her actual powers are from the Terrigen Mist. She's an Inhuman, and she has stretch powers.
Well, we can't have inhuman things in the MCU anymore.
I mean, they could have gone for try number 3.
What was try number 1?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is not canon.
Oh.
For some reason, even though that show was good.
Even
And
though
the
half
Inhuman
characters-
the Inhuman arc in that show too was honestly what really flipped the show. It was good.
Yeah. Made it good.
But yeah, her powers are they're from a bracelet, it looks like, and she makes crystals to punch stuff.
Not as stretchy, more Green Lantern-y,
Yeah.
but still physical. Not, yeah.
Listen,
I think it looks fine.
it can
The
work.
powers look cool,
But
I'll give them that.
Yeah.
I just don't know how excited people will be to see somebody's power set kind of just be absolutely shredded from what it's based on.
Mm-hmm.
It does help her relate to Captain Marvel, so there can be that. And but I think the show looks interesting. I think it looks funny. I like the actress.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for it. I'll give it a thumbs up.
I'm sideways thumb. It didn't really move the needle for me.
I'm thinking I'm there with Tyler with a sideways thumb.
Spit it out.
I don't know. I just am not that excited by Marvel trailers anymore. Their TV show trailers, specifically, since that's what we're talking about. Like, it doesn't seem like it's... Yeah, there's some style things, and like...
I really hope they...
It just seems like they're throwing a lot at us all the time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of drowning in it, and I don't want to be.
I get it. Like, I used to always, like, scoff at the superhero fatigue things. Like,
Mhm.
no. Marvel alone is putting out, like, 10 things a year at this point.
And they're trying to keep it all connected
And
right
they're
now.
all pretty much the same.
And it's, yeah.
But hey, if we get a Spider-Man No Way Home, I'll take it. That was worth it.
Yeah.
And a Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
We got both of those, which was awesome.
Yes.
I really hope they keep the style in the trailers. There's like comic boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's just not in the trailer. Because I like
They kind of
that
phased it out. I
stylized.
felt like it was at the beginning of the trailer, and then it was like, actually, like, this is just for the trailer. And
Yeah.
then I mean, who knows, but I'm not holding my breath on that.
Oh, I'm not either. But I can dream, I guess.
Yep. I'll let you dream.
Oh, thank you.
Keep dreaming.
Keep doing it.
What's our next trailer?
I never remember my dreams, though, when I sleep. I wake up, and I'm like, that was crazy. And then it's gone. It's gone.
I'm sorry.
Dead and gone. The second trailer I have is HBO show We Own the City.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
This looks awesome.
All
Looks
in.
fantastic.
I remember seeing the set photos from Bernthal's social media a while back, and I was like, what is this? I feel like for the longest time, I mean, now he was posting those well over a year ago. And I was like, man, maybe he just did like a commercial or something. Like, I've not seen anything from this. And then
Here we are.
JT sent me the trailer on Twitter and was like, dude, have you seen this? And I watched it and I was like, I'm in. Yep, I'm watching it.
And it's from your part of the world.
It is from my part of the world.
How close were you to Baltimore?
Baltimore's about 2 hours.
Oh.
Not super close. But I mean, 2 hours up there is very different from 2 hours out
Right.
here.
True.
Like, it's
The
not
more windy.
windy and lots of traffic.
More
on the
up and down.
Beltway.
Oh, traffic, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you have Wichita drivers? We may not have traffic, but I bet our drivers are more dumb.
I don't know, man.
Every time on a four-way stop, somebody doesn't know what they're doing.
Oh, hour 40. It's 87 miles
Oh my gosh.
in an hour and 40 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's that
John.
East Coast life.
Yeah, man. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for this. Bernthal's from that area too. So it's really cool that he gets to do a show about, where he's from.
I'm interested in seeing him kind of be a bad guy too, because most of the time
He's like the good
he's
the
a
bad
good guy, or he seems bad, but he's actually good.
He's,
like
he's the bad good guy.
like in The Accountant,
Yeah.
where he's not bad at the end, which was awesome. I love that freaking movie.
I need to watch that movie again.
It's been a while.
Yeah, this is a thumbs up for me.
Agreed.
Were there any more small trailers? The last thing I have is the state of play.
Oh yeah, I do have that. No, I don't think I had. There was one I saw on social media, and I thought it looked interesting, and then I couldn't find it anywhere. So maybe it's just a fake trailer or something. I'm getting old and forgetful.
What?
I don't know. There was a trailer that I totally forgot about. I was gonna write it down.
I
Luke,
do that a lot.
State of play. Let's go.
Hogwarts Legacy had a 15-minute state of play,
Heck yes.
and I was pretty impressed, I gotta say. Yeah, big thumbs up.
Thumbs up over here. I was very concerned about this game because it had been kind of radio silent for a long time, and then they announced the state of play with like on a 3 days notice, and it comes out and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing.
It looks huge.
Yes, this looks great.
Way
I was
bigger than
expecting
I
here's a Harry Potter game.
Yeah, here's your little single player story focused game.
Yeah, and no, it's like a massive RPG.
Mm-hmm.
And it, dude, if you can it looks like MMO. Like you can go dark or you can be heroic, which I think is
I'm
awesome.
about to
Yeah, I was really impressed. I think spellcasting looks fun and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It still looks like it also needs some polish.
Yeah.
But like you're flying
a lot of samey
you're
stuff. with
flying
the spells.
brooms and hippogriffs and exploring castles and going out in the
Dungeons
wilderness and
yeah, there's all kinds of
Yeah, I
wild
loved
stuff.
the moment that they were like, and we thought, what would the audience ask? The audience would ask, what's beyond the Forbidden Forest? And we're like, we just have to make it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh! Like that's.
You mean you
we're-
can leave the framework of something
we're
that already
taking
exists?
the boundary and we're
Moving
breaking it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
I also think it's really clever. Just introduce your main character as like a transfer 5th year.
Yeah.
smart.
Yep. Your
Like let's get
tutorial,
you get caught up, and you can be a little older and more mature.
You
and
have the
can
room
do
of
advanced
requirement to
spells.
practice and catch up on spells.
And make your own base.
So
There's like base
well-
building in this too, which I
So
thought was
well
cool.
crafted all together to fit within the lore of what is Harry Potter, but also expand into the wizarding world.
And that was one of the
as a
things they
whole.
talked about, where it's like it takes the ideas and the grandness of the books and puts it with what we know and visually from the movies.
Yeah.
And it combines those things. And dude, when you see that castle, it's gonna be so awesome.
Oh, and I guarantee you the score to this game is going to be
The music
Next
in the state of play was
level,
really
yeah.
it's going to be next level.
good. I wonder who's doing it. I'm curious.
How do you think they're doing the sorting hat? Did they really give that out, or
I think you'll be able to pick if you want to, but I hope
it's completely random, or you do like a
that would be okay, but I hope they have a better Pottermore quiz, because that test sucks. It's horrible.
I wonder if it would be so clever if they did a thing where on your way to Hogwarts, they give you choices.
Yes.
Based on the choices you
Yes.
make.
This was
it sorts
exactly
you.
what I was gonna say.
That is awesome.
That
This
would
is
be
exactly what I
brilliant.
way
thought
better
of.
than a questionnaire.
Yeah, yeah. They like put you in these situations.
Do you like
and it's all about how you
nighttime or
handle them.
daytime?
Yes.
I like dusk and dawn.
No, that's exactly what I thought of too. Is like,
It's
how
such
can
a-
they do this and make it feel organic to what they're doing? And it was, mine wasn't like as you, but just give you different situations, like, and make you play out of them however you feel comfortable, and then it sorts you accordingly.
It can't be just pick. Nobody's gonna pick some of them.
Like Hufflepuff.
But I think
I will totally
So-
accept whatever house they put me in.
the other
Here,
thing,
I'll even
though,
do this.
that is
Dude,
unique about
I'll do this.
unique about video games is replayability.
Yeah.
And so if you're, you beat the game as a Gryffindor because that's what you think you are. Luke's got his D&D dice out.
My D4 here.
Like I could replay as a Hufflepuff and be like, what is that experience like?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, maybe it does have a thing where it tries to predict something for you based on. I mean, I love that idea, but then in the moment when the Sorting Hat
Maybe New Game Plus you can
is
pick.
doing a thing, and you can use the thumbstick to kind of control it, right? That's the Sorting Hat always said, like you can be in wherever you want. Like,
why did you put me in Gryffindor, not Slytherin? Because you asked.
yeah, like you can keep that part of the lore still alive, but yet at the same time have some randomness with it.
Here we go. If it doesn't give you, if you have to pick, I will accept the fate of the die.
What is the
1 is Gryffindor, obviously, because they're the heroes.
okay?
We'll go. 2 will be Slytherin.
Okay.
3 Ravenclaw. 4 Hufflepuff.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hufflepuffs are always last.
I just hope it's not
R.I.P.
Gryffindor. They're my least favorite. Oh shoot!
Can I keep your roll and you roll again?
Why?
I want to be in Slytherin.
No, you roll. That was my roll.
So Luke's in Slytherin.
Nope, doesn't count. Went off the table.
Tyler doesn't know how to throw a die properly.
Gosh dang it!
What's Tyler in?
Ravenclaw.
All right. Come on, Hufflepuff. Come on, Hufflepuff.
Hey!
Ravenclaw, buddies.
Not so bad anymore.
Can I come hang out in your common room?
Nope, you're dead to us.
I'm not an evil
Unless you
Slytherin.
trade me robes. And I go back to Slytherin.
I think I'm a Slytherin. I would totally do that.
No, I did want to ask.
Want to just
while we're talking about
change
that,
schedules?
What did you guys think of the common rooms? Because they showed each common room for the houses. I thought Ravenclaws really stood out to me, and Slytherins really stood out. Hufflepuff and Gryffindors are kind of exactly what I would think they'd be.
Slytherins always looks cool because of just they go so hard. They lean so hard into the dungeon aspect of it, which is neat.
Yep.
And
then Ravenclaws just seems really almost regal.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was cool.
I don't remember any of them.
Oh, they were sweet looking, man. They were really cool. But I'm excited for this game, man. Holiday 2022 cannot get here soon enough. That's when I'm taking a day off of work for.
That's gonna be one that Stephanie and I are gonna both be like, I want to play.
Did you guys? So
Let's get two
interestingly
copies.
enough, I was talking to Dana about this. The really, really interesting thing is, they didn't say it in the state of play, but in the debrief notes, it was announced that this is coming to Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
At launch or just?
Yeah, it's gonna run like absolute doo doo, but it's gonna come out on.
Is
Switch.
it gonna be on old gin?
Oh, I assume.
I feel like old
game-
gin is more powerful than a
The game
Nintendo
was
Switch.
100%. The game is old enough because of the delays that it's definitely a previous gen game.
Yep.
What Hogwarts house are you in? See results.
Well, you're in.
Wow, more people chose Ravenclaw than any.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
What a bunch of nerds.
That checks out actually.
The other thing too, I think this game
Natural
graphically is pretty.
Gryffindors aren't reading books.
Graphically, this game's pretty as well.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
I think it looks good.
I'm also excited for character customization.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. This feels like the Harry Potter that.
This is the game
People
we've
have
been
wanted.
wanted. Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm pumped. Let's do this. I'm gonna be an evil wizard, killing everybody.
Or a buddy.
Not as evil as me, apparently, though.
Only way I'm gonna be evil though is if I'm in Gryffindor. Then I'm going pure evil, just to completely upset the establishment.
And if you're in Slytherin, are you going
pure
completely
good,
heroic?
yeah, pure good.
I can dig it. What I think would be
Just very ambitious. you know?
really cool
Yeah,
too
right.
is if you could like partner up with fellow classmates. Like if we could all be in the council together, I think that would be super cool. I
They
don't
didn't
think it
mention
is.
anything about multiplayer. I think
Yeah.
this is a straight single player game.
I don't need full on like Destiny or anything
That's
like that.
Hogwarts Legacy 2.
Maybe.
Everything's going the slightly MMO route these days, so who knows? Okay.
It's a live service.
Other news. What do we got?
There's a lot of gaming news this week.
There was a lot of gaming news this week. Tyler, lead us off.
CD Projekt Red announced a new Witcher project.
Yeah.
New Witcher game. Sounds like they're moving on from Geralt. It's a new saga, is what they're calling it.
Mm-hmm.
They announced it will be in Unreal Engine 5, which this is, to my knowledge, the first like big franchise to use it, or publicly say they're going to use it.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's definitely going to be used in lots of places, but
this is like a big one that's like, hey, we're doing it. This is, see you guys in 2030.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
What comes out first, this or Elder Scrolls 6?
Elder Scrolls 6.
I think to me this feels like a PR move as much as a creative move.
Like, get off our back about Cyberpunk, please.
We want people to forget about Cyberpunk, and we're ditching our game engine, and we're going to use something that's a little more outside of our control. And
yep.
Yeah.
Look, Cyberpunk didn't work out in our engine. It's time for us to use what everybody else uses.
Yeah. And Unreal 5 is like
it's insane.
Just the if you can do what they say you can do,
it'll probably be an Unreal 6 by the time it comes out.
Probably right.
They're always working on the next one.
Probably right.
We got a new season of Fortnite, which none of us care about.
Nobody cares. Next story.
They removed building. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. It's
I think one of their core pillars of their game.
Yeah, but they added tanks, right?
I don't know.
There's tanks in the trailer.
Yeah.
I just moved on.
Raul Coley is voicing. I didn't watch the trailer, but Raul Coley is voicing the main character of the thing. Their story, their chapter 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
So that dude's everywhere now. Good for him.
Good for him.
They should make a Fortnite movie so I can review that horribly too.
So
it's gonna happen.
Be somewhat interested in that universe.
I'll never be
Warner's
interested
gonna
in
make it.
Fortnite movie.
So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's Warner's property. They have comic books and stuff.
Warner?
For DC.
It's Warner's property?
Fortnite?
Yeah.
I almost guarantee you
No.
Warner has the movie rights to that.
I don't think anyone has movie rights.
Gotta look it up.
Epic is holding on tight as long as they can.
You have to let the price go up.
Yeah. And they have just as many Marvel characters as they do DC, not more. But not that it would be a Marvel or
Not that it'd be good, so it
DC
doesn't even
thing.
matter.
But, interestingly enough, when you think back to, like...
If it's Star the Rock, obviously.
To, like,
Eli Roth directed.
Oh, shoot me
boy.
in the face.
No, Warner put out that Space Jam 2, which was basically a basketball version of Fortnite. How many characters from all the different IPs can we smash together in a thing? I hate that movie.
I wish I had a number.
I thought that movie was hilarious.
The new Space Jam?
Yeah.
I like that movie.
You watch it with Brett, so you can watch him cry.
Yeah.
But not like...
We should watch that and Ready Player One, double feature movie
Oh,
night.
no. Oh. Kill me now.
What
And top it
a
off,
marathon.
Top it off with Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a great night
It does.
to me.
I'll bring the popcorn.
No alcohol allowed.
I'm sorry I even mentioned this dang news story. Quick, move on.
I told you to move on right away, but y'all kept going.
Well, we were kind of joking about Fortnite being made into a movie. Did you guys ever play Tekken?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did.
The
I
fighter?
sucked at it.
The fighter, yeah.
Yeah,
Tekken Bloodline animated series coming to Netflix this year.
Oh yeah, that was another trailer I watched today. Looks interesting.
Oh, they released a trailer for it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I didn't see
Tekken was always to me like stylistically really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood anything because I was too dumb, but I thought it looked
I
cool.
don't believe that for a moment, Tyler.
You don't need to believe it. I'm telling you.
Like
Okay.
a demon comes and kills his mom who is training him, and then he goes to like find his grandfather
Dude, I just
who's
want
like
to see King.
a
That's
master.
it. That's all I want to see.
Armored or unarmored?
Unarmored.
Okay.
Yeah. That's gonna be.
Do you know who that is, Brent?
No.
He's gonna look it up.
He's half jaguar.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like a
freaking cool.
Dude, Tekken was insane.
And then you have the dancing guy.
Yeah.
This is King. Brett.
Oh my. Okay, I do recognize him now. Now that
Always
you
played
mention
Tekken at the Godfather's
There's
arcade.
Armor.
Yeah, trailer's pretty good. It looks interesting. It's a show, so I'm 1,000% more interested than if it was a movie.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw the news story.
What
What
else?
gaming stuff? You guys still in gaming world?
I have no news stories.
Oh, okay. I got one more gaming thing. It's kind of a sad thing though.
Oh.
Moon Studios.
Oh yes, this one.
The studio behind the Ori games,
Mm-hmm.
owned by Xbox, has a culture that is known as oppressive.
Oh boy.
GamesBeat reports a lot of issues of racism, sexism, and really bad crunch culture. So much so that Xbox is starting to distance themselves from them and is no longer working with them.
We
quote.
know we're gonna get Ori 3.
That's fine. I haven't played Ori 1. Looks cool though.
It is. It's such a good game. It sucks that it's like there's studio issues there.
Yeah.
That's-
There's
Because
some
obviously,
bad
like, I
stuff.
would much rather prefer not getting an Ori 3 and actually people having.
Well, you weren't getting an Ori 3 anyways. Their next game's an action RPG.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, all right.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
But now, who knows what happens? The two gentlemen who were most accused in this came out with a statement, and they were kind of they're really dismissive of everything,
Kind of
and
bullish about it.
you know, because they're both, and I can't remember their backgrounds, but they're both come from families of immigrants, and they're very, very dismissive of what was
Sure.
kind of pushed against them, which is never the stance to take, I feel like, in these situations. But it's just sad. Xbox does a good job, though, of kind of either cleaning things up or distancing themselves quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds like that's what they're doing.
And it's a small enough studio that to clean it up essentially is to just
Disband it.
probably nuke it and start over, right? Like
Yep.
you can keep certain employees, but if your two leads, right, the two people who essentially started the studio own it, you know, for what it's worth. I mean, under Xbox, like
They'll just
yeah,
blast those dudes into the sun.
you're just gonna drop them. You're gonna maybe rehire some of the other people if they still want to work under Xbox. I mean, Moons has published for Xbox for a few years now.
Well, both games, right? Were under Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the first one I don't think the studio wasn't a Xbox game studio.
No, but Xbox helped.
But
them
Xbox
publish
helped
it.
them publish it.
Yeah.
So, you know, if it's one of those things where like things were still happening even when it's under Xbox, it could be a too little too late. All the employees just would
Yeah.
rather go their separate ways. And who knows? So who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
it'll be interesting to see what happens with them because they are a really good, you know, small indie studio for Xbox.
Yeah, they
and
were
they've-
definitely
One of the top ones.
I considered them in terms of what they put out as to be like a really high quality. I would say like a crown jewel indie studio for Xbox,
Yeah.
and
You know what I'd like Xbox to do? Sell Moon Studios and buy Supergiant Games. Just because I love Supergiant, it's my favorite indie studio.
then they wouldn't be indie no more.
Dude, I finally have the last Supergiant game I haven't beat.
Oh yeah,
Pyre. I bought it on my PlayStation 5.
nice.
Can't wait to play it. It was on sale for $6.
That
I was
was
like, I'm gonna buy it
something-
now. I'll play it later.
That was something I did this week. I finally saw and touched an actual PlayStation 5.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
He played mine.
Yeah, I when I was over at Luke's.
What'd you play?
Luke's place, just the Astro Studio, Astro's
Oh, that's
Playroom.
Right. That's right. The
The
controller's
controller's
wild.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's
it's
awesome.
insane.
I showed Logan that too.
It's
on
crazy.
Sunday, yeah.
It's so cool. Oh,
It's a wild thing.
It's
yeah.
it's the same thing every time. You always tell people what the controller does, and they're like, "Oh, cool," and then they hold it in their hands, and they're just like, "Oh my goodness!" It's just like you can feel every part of your hand, like feel what your character is doing on screen.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah, the controller is definitely what sets the PlayStation apart.
Yeah.
At this juncture. That's it for me for gaming news. I have some other stuff, comics and movies. And
Keep
stuff.
going down the.
Do you have more?
No.
Oh shoot. Okay. Mandalorian season 3 cast Christopher Lloyd.
Oh yeah, I actually shared that story with you
This
guys.
was cool.
Maybe
I don't know what's going on.
I don't think he's gonna have a very important role.
it's not gonna be
He's
very
too old to
big.
be-
No, honestly, like
Honestly, film it now before you have to recast.
I know, like I hope it's just a cameo, and like I'm super happy that
I
It'll just be
imagine
like a handler or something.
gets a cameo, but like
I bet his role is similar to like Werner's was,
I was gonna say he's just like a handler
or Jennifer
something.
Beal. They're in this one spot. You'll meet them there, and then you're gone.
probably.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
Oh, what if he was like his companion though through the whole thing? It's just Back to the Future 4.
More Disney Plus stuff. A Daredevil.
You telling me
reboot.
you built a time machine out of a Naboo in one starfighter?
A Daredevil
I'll take
reboot is reportedly in development at Disney Plus.
Why couldn't you announce this last year, Disney? When I predicted it,
They were too afraid.
cowards.
Anyways, that's happening. This is where I'll wait to upset Luke. Scream 6 is happening.
Oh, yeah.
Officially coming
Officially.
out next March.
What?
Yeah.
Those
They already
movies-
filmed it?
Those movies don't take much to
Yeah.
to make.
Yep. March 31st, 2023.
Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought we weren't even in March yet. I thought you meant like it was coming out in a month.
No.
I was like, that's the most wild release ever. Like, was Scream 5 like a part 1?
No.
I
We
feel
got,
really-
we got 10 days left in March, and we got a new movie coming out.
I feel
baby.
really dumb.
Yep. Next March. It's pretty quick window though.
It is a
Pretty
quick- that's a quick
turnaround,
turn.
but
Still a quick turnaround.
I think they have to
is.
capitalize on the popularity of Scream 5.
For sure.
And Scream 5's great.
It is.
Dare I say it. You should check it out.
I very much enjoyed it.
And then my last two stories are DC stories. What do you want, the movie one or the comic one first?
The TV one. Boom, got him.
Comic.
Comic. Okay, Riddler Year 1 comic coming out, written by Paul Dano.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
Cross
that's awesome.
promotional tie-in.
I'm
there.
100%
Very
going to check
clever.
this out.
Yeah,
I think this
that's
will be
neat.
cool.
For sure.
And his wife is a screenwriter.
Oh,
So
really?
I bet
didn't
he's
know
going to
that.
get a lot of tips.
Yeah,
I think
for
it'll
sure.
be pretty good.
Very
sure.
good, very good.
So yeah, I'm going to check that out. He also has been writing. I guess his goal is to sell 2 scripts this year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. He said that in an interview. And then the last thing, it is Luke's favorite topic, as always. We got to look at Zack Snyder's Green Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely not, edited at all.
So this was a. So I was not even when you guys sent this in the group chat. I thought maybe it was for a show that was coming. I didn't even think
No, this
of it
was,
as being that Zack Snyder's, and you were kind of bashing on it. I was like, oh wow, like they're being pretty harsh for like like. I mean, yeah, it would be critical, but like it. I mean, he doesn't look bad.
No, he looks good in the suit.
yeah.
I just wish the suit didn't look fake.
Yeah,
And I wish the ring was on the middle finger.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of comments.
Dude,
like
that annoys me so much. Like, it's so unimportant, I know. But the fact that the ring is on his pointer finger just annoys me so much.
Well, you're not alone. There's a lot of people who commented that. Here's my issue with it. And this is what I just it really bothers me. So he always does this, and I get it. It was a year since the release. And
Sure.
he wanted to release something, so that's cool. His fans love him, and he really wants people to, feel like they're a part of it, right? But it annoys me that he puts that stuff out, and people immediately are like, "We were robbed. We were robbed."
Yeah.
The same dialogue was written for that character that was for Martian Manhunter in that movie. The same dialogue. Nothing changes except for who you see on the screen. That's it.
And the dialogue didn't make sense for either one.
It's so
Yeah.
dumb. It's so dumb. I don't understand why people are so bent out of shape about that. The dialogue's not even good.
No.
And I thought it
no,
was
it's
cool.
not.
Like, I was excited to see Martian Manhunter. I'm probably the only one at this table who was excited about it. But it was so stupid. It's such a small thing. But everybody's like, oh, WB ruined this for us. We should have got... You wouldn't have got anything different. Then you would have complained you didn't get to see Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing I hope this does is remind WB that there is an audience that really wants Green Lantern.
Yeah.
That wants Green Lantern stuff. And I know that audience right now is primarily like the ones that are yelling are the Snyder fans. But that's not the point. Like the point is like you give us a cool looking superhero and people get excited.
Yeah. Give us a good Green Lantern movie or show.
Well,
The
both are
show's
technically in production.
Yeah. I think the show's
The show's an anthology.
happening first.
The show is also much further along.
Yeah,
I don't think
exactly.
they've done anything with the movie yet.
No, I don't.
I'm
imagine the
okay
movie
if they
will
take
have
their time
anything.
with the movie.
Yeah.
Just
They've got other stories to tell, and that's okay.
get to the movie when you get there.
The movie's gonna come out. They're gonna be like, "This is just Ms. Marvel."
Oh,
And then
boy.
somebody be like, "Ms. Marvel has stretch powers."
I can't wait for it to come out and people be like, wow, they didn't even try to change the name for Green Lantern. Captain Marvel's name's the same.
Are we ready to move on to Oscar predictions? I'm ready to move on to Oscar
I think so, yeah.
predictions.
If you're a huge Snyder fan, good for you. You're getting some cool, weird stuff from Zack Snyder. I watched a guy argue. The comment sections for that are just,
Dude, they're always extreme entertainment.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
really interesting. And this guy was talking about how if you don't like Snyder movies, you're just not smart enough to interpret good writing. And I was like,
Go watch Sucker Punch again and say that
he
sentence again.
defended it with Sucker Punch.
That is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Right next to Army of the Dead.
He was like, Sucker Punch was great. It did really well. And this dude comes back and like posted the numbers to like. He's like, Sucker Punch made
like
It
$5.
made $59 million. And the guy's like, yeah, but it's still really good. And the guy's like, no, it's not.
That has got to be top 5 in my top 5 worst movies.
Is Army of the Dead in there too?
Yeah.
Christopher, sorry, over in the chat, Game Lord Master says Christopher Lloyd's going to be hanging with Machete.
Machete.
They're gonna be riding Rancors.
They're going to be boys.
You tell me you build a time machine out of a Rancor? Oh, this is heavy, Machete.
I love it. All right, so we are going to go through
Tell me,
the
my mom
2022
is a
Oscar
Rancor.
ballot.
Sorry. I'm done.
We're gonna talk about what we think is gonna win and what we want to win because sometimes those may be different.
I like what we want is going to win better than what we want to win.
Surprisingly, I feel like mine actually lined up.
Mine pretty closely line up too.
Really, I only have like 3 that are the same.
That's because you like weird stuff.
This is true.
Yeah.
I am a weirdo.
Did you write in Lamb on every single one?
Yes.
Lamb's gonna win.
Lamb, please.
Waiting for the prequel. Or would it be a sequel? Veal.
Sheep would be the sequel.
Well, it'd be. Isn't veal
It's
lamb that you eat?
Yes.
So
But
the lamb.
the lamb does not get killed at the end.
Oh, I don't know. I think that could be
Spoiler
open for
alert.
interpretation. Is there not other lambs in the movie? It's a spin-off.
There aren't other lambs with human
Appendages.
appendages.
Any hooser, let's get into these Oscar predictions.
Fine.
Any Hoosier, I'm never gonna watch that movie. Probably.
We're gonna go backwards, guys. So start bottom right, and we'll make our way up
right.
to Best Picture.
Name.
So
I put in Luke.
Yeah, me too. I put Tyler Davis.
I
You put your last name.
I
Is there
did.
another Tyler here?
No, but Tyler is a very common name. Tyler Davis is a very common name.
So there's the we're gonna start with short film animated
Affairs of the Art.
Bestia.
Affairs of the Art.
I rolled a dice.
So did
Yeah.
I.
Yeah, these are ones that, especially the short film and documentary, we don't mean to be dismissive. They're just harder to see.
I don't even know if there is a
So,
place to watch them.
I don't think I think all of the short films, the live action ones, were at Tallgrass, like 2 weeks ago. But
Wow, we missed out.
we missed it.
Dang it.
So for short film live action,
I
what do
chose
you
the
guys?
sneeze one. Alakachoo.
Take and run.
Take and run.
The Long Goodbye.
That's probably what's going to win, but I rolled a dice for that one.
That's fair. That's fair.
Can't
Okay,
go against the
documentary, short subject. I had Lead Me Home.
3 songs for Benazir.
Audible.
Ah. called an audible.
Yes.
Did you roll the dice?
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah, I also
knew
rolled
it.
the dice.
So obviously, like,
None of us watched any of these.
none of us watch any of these, but I want to stress that I still think like they're super important because
Mhm.
so often these short subject or short films are kind of like where those next generation of filmmakers come from.
Aren't these the awards too that are going to be during commercials?
So they are going to be pre-taped, like essentially during the red carpet premiere,
It's dumb.
and then their speeches will be shown in their entirety. But they will have been pre-recorded, like before the show officially starts.
Are they just doing that for time?
Yeah.
Because so many people tune in for the Oscars now that they want to make sure their ratings.
It's all about ratings. Okay, let's move into some movies that we have seen. Visual effects. Nominations are Dune, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man No Way Home. What do you guys think is going to win?
Dune.
Ooh, I put No Time to Die. What do you guys want to win?
Dune.
I want Dune to win. So, if Dune wins, I'll be happy.
If No Time to Die wins, like, the effects in that movie were fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like no slight at all.
Yeah.
But
no, this was the one category Spider-Man No Way Home was nominated in. We know
I think Spider-Man is gonna win fan favorite.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, probably.
Forgot that's a thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're not gonna comment anymore on that because Brett doesn't need to get angry.
I want Cinderella to win.
Best production design. Nominees were Dune, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, and West Side Story. What do you think is gonna win?
I picked Macbeth.
I also picked Macbeth.
Ooh, I picked Nightmare Alley. What do you guys want to win?
I said West Side Story.
I said Macbeth.
I want Macbeth to win, although I would be happy if Nightmare Alley wins.
I've not watched Macbeth,
It is
but
gorgeous.
from what I've seen in the trailers,
It's such a specific
Yeah.
set that I think it has an edge.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's just not like anything I've seen before.
Yeah.
right.
Whereas
So-
West Side Story, I want it to win because I thought they did a great job of creating 1950s, 60s New York.
Yeah. Oh, and it's gorgeous. Having just watched that, I can say that it is. Okay, the category of sound.
I hate this category.
Just sound.
What do you think of the sounds in this movie?
Remember when it used to be two
wanna
categories,
s-
but nobody understood the
It was
difference?
sound editing and
Sound
Mixing.
mixing.
sound mixing, yeah.
I want a silent film to be nominated for best sound.
Dude, Quiet Place.
It would go into mixing.
The nominees for sound are Belfast, Dune, No Time to Die, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story.
I chose Dune.
I
I
think.
want Dune to win.
Do you want it to win? You think it will?
Yeah.
Yeah. Luke?
I did both for No Time to Die.
Oh, I think Dune will win, but I think this is the one for me that like I'd love West Side Story to win this. West Side Story deserves to win an award, and this is where it fell for me.
Musicals winning sound would be a good category.
Yep. Best original song. We have the nominees are "Be Alive" from King Richard, Dos or some,
Oruguitas.
who knows Spanish? Not me.
Oruguitas.
From Encanto, Down to Joy from Belfast, No Time to Die from No Time to Die, and Somehow You Do from Four Good Days. I've not heard the last one, Somehow You Do, so I did not pick it. But I both think and want No Time to Die to win.
Me too.
Same.
Okay. Yeah, I like Luke was kind of mentioning before the show. Usually when Bond movies have their
I feel like they always win.
yeah, they have
most
a
of
good
the time
track
they're
record.
pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, best original score. Nominees are Don't Look Up,
I don't even remember that score.
Dune,
Yeah, it's pretty.
Encanto, Parallel Mothers, The Power of the Dog.
Can I just complain about this real quick?
Sure.
It should have who made who.
Oh,
on this ballot.
on the ballot.
I think it just
Just
there's
for
not
space.
enough
Yeah,
room.
for space. I chose Dune, and I want Dune to win.
Same.
Same.
Dune.
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 I think
Call that one Dune.
I think Power of the Dog might have a sleeper chance to get in there. I don't think Encanto will. I don't know about Parallel Mothers. And yeah, Don't Look Up was the weird dom in that category. I don't remember.
It's a pretty forgettable score.
I don't remember its score.
I don't remember it at all.
Okay, makeup and hairstyling. Coming to America. That's the number 2. Cruella, Dune, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and House of Gucci.
I chose House of Gucci for this one.
I chose Tammy Faye.
I want Tammy Faye to win.
I think Tammy Faye will win, and I haven't seen it, but what I have seen in the trailers makes me want Tammy Faye to win. House of Gucci was great in makeup and hairstyling, don't get me wrong, but I think Eyes of Tammy Faye is probably a better movie. Again, I haven't even seen that movie. And I liked House of Gucci, but it just seems like it's maybe he's going to earn it more.
I won't watch it.
I know you won't.
You won't watch House of Gucci?
It's got Leto in
It's
it.
got Jared Leto in it.
I know. I just
And
didn't know which one you were
the
talking
least
about.
Jared
Yeah.
Leto
Tammy
role
Faye.
ever.
I want Dune to win because it's Dune. That's
Yeah.
really the only reason. I'm just rooting for it because it's Dune.
I mean, they did good stuff on it. Okay, costume design. Nominees are Cruella, Serrano, Dune, again, Nightmare Alley, and West Side Story.
I chose Dune, and I want Dune to win.
I chose West Side Story, but I want Dune to win.
I chose West Side Story, but I want Nightmare Alley to win.
I just want a sci-fi to be appreciated for its costumes for once.
No, for sure.
I feel like they're always nominated, but it always goes to something, and I can't believe I didn't pick something like Serrano.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of those Mint movies always winning costume. It's like they're just pulling them out of the closet and throwing them on their last period piece with the corset movies, I guess I'll call it.
The corset movies. I love it. You're going to be our new terminology for it. Okay, next category, film editing. Nominees are Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, The Power of the Dog, and Tick Tick Boom.
I picked Tick Tick Boom. And for a preference, I just don't want it to be Don't Look Up.
Okay.
I chose Tick Tick Boom, and I want Dune to win.
I chose Dune, but I want Tick Tick Boom to win.
Well, one of us is right.
One of us will
One
probably
of us
be
will
right.
get what we want.
Don't Look Up was the only one where I noticed the editing in it and went, I don't know if I really like that.
Yeah.
I think I even mentioned it in my review.
I think you did. All right. Cinematography. Gosh, how many times was Dune nominated?
A lot.
A lot.
They could
Rightfully
have.
so.
They could have a runaway. I don't think it will happen as per my predictions.
There's too many good
but-
movies this year for
Yeah.
it to run away. I feel
Okay,
like.
cinematography. Dune, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, The Tragedy of Macbeth, West Side Story.
I double dipped in Dune again here. I think Greg Fraser's really hot right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's very popular right now in Hollywood, so
Mhm.
I think it's a good shot that he wins it.
I think this is the win Nightmare Alley gets.
Dude, the opening shot of that movie is gorgeous. I only
Yeah.
watched 13 minutes of it because you guys were like, Licorice Pizza. And now I'm like,
The cinematography of Nightmare Alley was honestly my favorite thing about it.
It's
I
gorgeous.
didn't really like the movie that much, but it was at least very nice to look at.
Yeah.
I want Dune to win though.
I think Dune will win, and I would love Tragedy of Macbeth. I think cinematography with production design just makes that movie something totally different. I think it actually has a chance, but I think Dune will probably get the win. Best international feature film.
hey,
We've seen.
Drive My Car.
We've
Drive
all
My
seen
Car.
that. Yeah, we've all seen one that will probably win because it's the
nominated
only
for
one
Best
that's
Picture.
also nominated for Best Picture. So yeah, there's Drive My Car, Flee, The Hand of God, Luana, a yak.
Lunana.
Lunana?
A yak in the classroom.
A yak in the classroom, and the worst person in the world. Drive my
Oh,
car.
Look, Lunana doesn't even have a
Audience
audience
score.
score.
I feel bad. We should go watch it and put a review on that, man.
There we go. We could make it 100%.
We could.
Or 0.
Double hundies? Oh no, we gotta be honest.
We
gotta
have
be honest.
We have a lot of power here.
We can't just go in and review. Here, hold on. This might be old. Let's go back in.
All right, moving on while he does that.
Okay. Documentary.
No, I chose Drive My Car. I think Drive My Car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think the worst person in the world is the one that might have a chance to beat it. I've just heard it get a lot of buzz at some of the other awards this week. But best documentary feature: Ascension, Attica, Flee, Summer of Soul, Riding with Fire. I don't think any of us have seen any of these.
I rolled a dice. I picked Flea.
Me too.
It's fair roll dice. They all have critic scores of 99 or 100.
98.
But that last one's got
98.
54 audience.
Yeah, that was interesting. It's always interesting seeing the low.
Maybe they thought it was written with ice instead.
Yeah. Who
Got him.
knows?
Yeah.
I chose Riding with Fire. Just again, dice roll. Best animated feature. We have the all-powerful Encanto. It's been stuck in our heads for the last 2 months, month. How long has that movie been out? Month and a half.
I don't know. 3 months.
Flea, Luca, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon.
I chose Encanto to win.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Mitchells versus the Machines to win.
I both chose and want the Mitchells versus the Machines.
I'm with Brett. Both for Mitchell's for me.
I'm praying that a non-Disney
It should
/
win.
Pixar
It
film
should win.
wins. It should.
It should win.
It's so good. Ugh.
And it looks awesome.
It's so good.
Dude, I kind of want to watch this movie. An aspiring singer living with his grandmother in the capital of Bhutan dreams of getting a visa to move to Australia. That's like the Yak in the Classroom movie.
I love it.
Sounds like it'll probably.
Where can I watch it?
Keep going. I'll look
Okay.
that up.
Video for $6.99.
Best adapted screenplay is
Let's
next.
go.
Oh, we're gonna have some. Now we're getting into some fun ones.
Time
here.
for the hot takes, baby.
Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, The Power of the Dog.
I chose and want to win Coda.
Yes, both. Coda.
I chose The Power of the Dog, but I want Coda to win.
Hey.
Yeah, I think. I think The Power of the Dog is gonna walk away with multiple awards, and so that was one that I thought it could probably.
I think it's going to win one of the big ones.
I agree. I think it's gonna win one of the big ones. Best original screenplay. So that was adapted. Now we're going into original. Best original screenplay: Belfast, Don't Look Up, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, The Worst Person in the World.
I chose Belfast,
Mm-hmm.
and I want Don't Look Up to win.
Nice.
I
Luke?
chose Belfast, and I want King Richard to win.
I chose The Worst Person in the World, and I want Belfast to win.
Why would you choose the worst person in the world? That just seems like a bad idea. I like good people.
He's a rebel.
I'm a rebel with a cause. Look out.
Rebel without a cause.
You like bad boys.
I want to have a cause though. All right. Actor in a supporting role. Syrian Hines from Belfast, Troy Kotsur from Coda, Jesse Plemons from The Power of the Dog,
Jesse Plemons.
J.K. Simmons from Being the Ricardos, and Cody Smith McPhee from The Power of the Dog. Power of the Dog got 2 noms in that one.
Yeah, and Jesse Plemons shouldn't have been.
No.
He got
He's a great actor.
outperformed by the other person that's nominated here.
Yeah.
If one of those people wins, it should be Cody Smith McPhee.
Yeah.
And he is. Until I saw Coda, I would have picked him, but
Yeah.
I'm picking
Troy Kotsur.
Kotsur,
yeah.
Me too. Want and will.
Yeah, I think Cody will win, but I want Troy to win.
Troy's been cleaning it up at everything else.
He has been. Internationally, he has been cleaning it up.
Yeah.
So that's a good prediction. Actress in a supporting role: Jessie Buckley in The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose from West Side Story. She's in Nita, right?
Yes.
Yes. Judi Dench in Belfast, Kristen Dunst in The Power of the Dog, and I'm gonna mispronounce this name. I apologize. Anjanua Ellis from King Richard.
I picked, and I think Kirsten Dunst will win. I've not seen The Power of the Dog, but
I think Jessie Buckley from The Lost Daughter will win. But I would like Ariana DeBose to win West Side Story.
I think Ariana DeBose is gonna win, and I picked her to win.
Yeah.
Nice.
These are honestly from
the
ones I've seen. They're all really good. The only one that I would like, I don't know if Judi Dench needs to be in this list.
Should have been.
She's good.
Should have been Ma from freaking Belfast.
Yes. Yeah. Again, another like. Why did you choose this one and not?
I think Judi Dench is like 2 scenes.
Yeah, she has like 5 to 10 lines.
And I mean, she's good when she's in it,
but
she's not as important or impactful as what's her name, Katrina Balfe.
Yeah.
Katarina Balfe.
Katarina, I think. Yeah. Yeah, splitting hairs, because that's who I would have picked if she had been on the list.
Me too.
I think she, throws all of the others that I've seen. I haven't seen all of these, but puts all the others to shame. Not shame. They're all good performances. But they're not as good. Okay, actor in a leading role: Javier Bardem from Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield in Tick, Tick, Boom, Will Smith in King Richard, Denzel Washington in The Tragedy of Macbeth. Got some good performances from these gents this year.
So look, Denzel is my favorite actor. Very well on the record for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I want and have chosen Will Smith to win. I want Will Smith to win. I want him to get one.
And you think he will? Yeah. I think he will as well. I think this is Will Smith's year. Personally, and this is probably because I haven't seen King Richard yet. Personally, I want Andrew Garfield to win because I think his performance in Tick, Tick, Boom is phenomenal.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Just me.
I have to pick Will Smith. I have a prediction riding on it. I can't back out now. No, I'd still pick it anyway.
Okay. All right. Actress in a leading role: Jessica Chastain, The Eyes of Tammy Faye; Olivia Colman, The Lost Daughter; Penelope Cruz in Parallel Mothers; Nicole Kidman in Being the Ricardos; and Kristen Stewart in Spencer.
So I haven't seen any of these, so I just rolled the dice on this one, and it landed on Chastain.
I chose Chastain.
I chose Chastain as well. She's getting quite a bit of buzz around it.
And Dana is obsessed with the idea of watching this movie. So she makes me watch trailers and stuff.
I think the only one that could be a dark horse in this is Nicole Kidman.
I've heard some good things about that movie too.
Yeah, it it's interesting looking at again, maybe this is just the society we live in a society. But looking at the Rotten Tomatoes scores here, because that's the Oscar ballot that we chose, like just compare the Oscar scores from the actresses in a leading role and the actors in a leading role, and it's like crazy how much difference there is in the actresses in both critical and audience versus, for the most part,
2 of the audience ones on the actresses are rotten.
Yeah. But they're both over 80, and
I'd be curious as to why.
The Lost Daughter's in 95, and The Lost Daughter, again, has been doing well at other award shows. But yeah, just audience, it didn't connect. Kristen Stewart, Spencer, I remember when that movie was coming out, and that could just be hype, but like she was getting a lot of attention for it, and then it just kind of died off.
I think it came out too early.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, as theaters we were still kind of just on the verge of reopening. Yeah.
It's on Hulu if anybody wants to watch it.
But, yep.
It is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Eyes of Tammy Faye's on HBO Max, I believe.
Is it now? I know it was.
I think it is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, directing. Nominees are Kenneth Branagh for Belfast, Raizuki Hamaguchi for Drive My Car, Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza, Jane Campion, Power of the Dog, Steven Spielberg, West Side Story.
Jane Campion.
I think Jane Campion.
I think Jane Campion will win.
I want Kenneth Branagh to win.
Same. That is my prediction as well. Luke, you said you think Jane will win. Do you think she deserves?
I think she deserves it. Yeah.
That's who you would prefer.
I don't have a preference.
You don't have a preference
I'm like
on that
good
one?
with.
They're all so good,
you just
right?
don't want Paul Thomas Anderson to win. Right?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
We can be teammates there.
Fair enough.
I don't want Paul Thomas Anderson to win. That movie sucked.
All right, and then we come to the big one.
The big one.
The cat's me.
I just say it's the big one because in the Kodak Theater, the only one that you get your name on the walkway is if you win Best Picture. So that's why it's the big one. Not because it's any more important.
It is
Nominees.
way more important. No.
Nominees are Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, West Side Story. We've all of us have wanted or predicted almost all of these to win something. But I'm curious which one you think will take home the big prize.
So, yesterday, maybe Saturday, I don't remember when the Producer Guild Awards happened. I would have said Power of the Dog.
Yeah.
Until Coda won Best Picture there.
Yeah.
So now I'm going Coda. I think it's gonna pull it off, and I hope it does.
Love it.
With the exact same rationale, because I saw that all over Twitter last night, I chose Coda. I think Coda's going to win. Mm-hmm. And actually, I've not watched all of these, obviously. But of the ones I've watched from this list, this one's my favorite by a pretty good margin.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I still think Power of the Dog will slip away with it.
Over under on how many times Jane Campion puts her foot in her mouth?
One, because she's only going to go up there for Best Director.
Yeah. I think she'll be very careful with what she has to say after.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think she'll be fairly reserved.
Maybe she'll double down.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? My preference for Best Picture would be Belfast. But yeah, I do think Power of the Dog's gonna win. So yeah. Really interesting. It's a really strong year. I love how diverse these films are. In terms of what kind of movies they all are. And the stories they tell. I'm excited for whatever ends up winning. So
can I not look at the nominees for this anymore?
What'd you do?
It's for the fan favorite.
Oh, they probably axed it.
I hope so.
Knowing
it's
the
stupid.
Academy, they were like, actually, this was a bad idea. Let's rewind on that.
Oscar fan favorite Oscar nominations.
So I guess real quick, if you want to kind of look at your sheets, who do you have winning the most, walking away with the most awards?
Probably Dune.
I think I have Power of the Dog. I think I gave them 3 wins. Dune has 2. Yeah. 4 for Power of the Dog. I'm kind of hoping, it's always fun when a film sweeps. But I just think it's too strong of a year for any of these films to really do a sweep. So I'm kind of hoping we get a nice variety of winners.
I think I have Dune leaning up.
Yeah.
I have Dune winning a lot. I have West Side Story winning a lot.
I have Coda winning.
And
3.
Coda winning.
Yeah.
I think those are my top 3.
Well, very good.
Oh, Oscar's fan favorite: Army of the Dead, Cinderella, Dune, Malignant, Minamata, The Power of the Dog, Sing 2, Spider-Man: No Way Home, The Suicide Squad, Tick Tick Boom. What do you got? Those are the nominees that people are voting on.
Fan favorite?
Yeah. What do you think the fans are gonna?
Oh, what do I think the fans?
Yeah.
No Way Home.
Or
Army of the Dead.
I think it's gonna be Army of the Dead
I
because
was gonna say
because film world hates me.
genuine votes, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Troll votes, Army of the Dead.
I don't think it's a troll job though. I think it's just his cult.
No, but
But how does is it like by account or is it by number of hashtags? That's the thing too.
No, you can
Is it based
enter
on how many emails?
You can enter a certain number of times per day. So
Do
like
people care that much?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. I think
they're the only
most
group of people that care that much.
That's why I think it'll win because of they're the only people that do that.
I'm writing this down. Here we go.
Yeah,
Oscar
no.
fan favorite.
I think in terms of genuine votes for fan favorite, I think probably Spider-Man.
X and then hyphen. X Army of the Dead.
Unless the Academy's just pissed off all the Marvel fans enough that they don't actually go fill it out.
Yeah. I can't even want to win? Dune.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Out of
highest
that
movie
list.
on my
Hey.
list.
Daniela Melchior is in talks to star in Fast 10. Your seatbelt.
Let's go!
Oh.
How's she
Late
related?
breaking news here.
Yeah.
Tyler, you got a
Long lost
warn me.
sister?
Everybody said, I hope she's family.
Long lost center of the Torettos?
Well, guys,
Cousin of the Torettos.
that brings us to the end of another show. Next week,
No Fanbox?
We get to Fanbox. Shoot, yeah, we should do a Fanbox. We have time to do a Fanbox question. Let's see here. We do have a Fanbox question from Patrick, who sent us a bunch earlier. We're still making our way through them, and I love it.
How many are left?
3.
Okay, perfect.
One we kind of answered in January, so I'm gonna wait till some time and we can readdress it.
I can dig it.
But our Fanbox question here tonight is what DC movie and which DC and which Marvel movie will you think do the best at the box office this year? And out of those, which will do critically the best? I'm glad we didn't ask this question 2 weeks ago, because DC's whole lineup shifted
I think
mostly out of this year.
We're picking one for DC and one for Marvel? Or
Yeah,
we're picking
one
both?
for each.
Oh, the Batman and the Batman for DC.
Yeah, I think the Batman will probably do critically the
What
best.
else is coming out for
and
Marvel this year other than Mom?
Theoretically, Thor, right? Or
Yeah.
did that get bumped?
No, I think it comes out in
Well,
November.
Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange.
I could see if Thor does actually come out, I could see Thor having a better critical review than Doctor Strange.
What do we mean by critical review? Like on Rotten Tomatoes?
Probably. But I do think
Financially, The Batman.
Mhm.
Critically on Rotten Tomatoes, Shazam 2.
Ooh,
The first one's in the 90s, isn't it?
I don't think it's that high.
I mean, it was
high.
It was popular though, at least when it first
is
came
at
out.
90.
I don't know if
Wow.
it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kept it up.
There's a hot take there. It may not. That doesn't mean it's better. It just means more people.
Where is the Batman leveled out at?
I think it's at 85.
Yeah, it's at 85, 86.
Okay.
Let's see. Thor and Black Panther.
85.
Black
on the-
Panther
Black Panther
2
is
is
not
not coming
happening.
out.
I have lost all faith that movie's coming out this year.
I
That movie's
I
the
agree,
new
though.
Flash.
Mom will make more money, but I think Thor will be higher critically.
Yeah.
Taika's good at making stuff.
Well, Ragnarok
changed the whole perception
critically.
of Thor.
I was gonna say critically, I think it did really well. Like it kind of surprised me because I hated it so much at the time, and I've come around to it quite a bit. But
yeah, I did 93%.
93. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll do quite well. I like it. Okay.
When does Mom come out?
May.
Gosh dang it.
And until then, and between those, we'll get lots of Disney Plus things.
Yeah, we will
Yeah,
actually.
we get Moon Knight next week.
Yeah.
And we'll have Obi-Wan the day before Mom comes out, right?
Doesn't the first episode of Halo drop next week as well?
Is that a good
That's
thing?
this
No.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. This week, so we'll be able to talk about it next week. My bad.
I mean, you can talk about it.
I'm excited
I
for that
know.
show because
March
it's either going to
24th.
be...
Wow.
It's a Thursday.
That's crazy.
I'm excited for Halo because it's either going to be like fun to talk about because it was good or fun,
Fun
to talk about because it's bad.
bad.
Which will it be?
Yes.
Are we hedging bets?
Bad.
Yeah.
Mediocre edging towards bad. There.
I think it will be fine. A fine, like, okay, poor reception. I don't think the pilot will be received well, based on kind of the previews that I've heard. But my guess is throughout the season it gets a little better, and then because they've already greenlit a season 2, so they have some confidence in it.
They have to greenlight a season 2 because they put $400 million or whatever into the first season.
It's no Lord of the Rings, but they did. Microsoft threw some money at that for sure. So, all right, that's going to wrap up our show this week. Thank you for watching live, joining us here on Twitch. Thanks for hopping in the chat tonight, Game Lord Master. Love hearing your little thoughts throughout the show.
I like hearing your big thoughts.
If you don't watch it live and you want to listen to it, this does go out as a full podcast.
That's comedy gold, son.
I don't know, Luke's trying to be a comic over here. But you can also check the show out on YouTube after the fact if you want to watch the shenanigans instead of just listening to them. But can't join us live. Tune in next week. We'll be talking a little bit more about... We'll do some brief Oscar recap, but we'll have lots of other things to talk about since lots of things keep coming out. So, until next week, we're signing off. See y'all.
Goodbye.